There's a vocal mode. Oh, it's a filter that has 5 phonemes to it. We'll listen to that in a second. Now let's listen to skip that one. Well, everybody knows this kind of sound. And this is a very simple patch, but I might mention that we could also synchronize. This is a hard sync sound, but we can synchronize each of the 4 oscillators to one to the next, to the next, to the next, for whatever reason. It's a very open system. It's very much like a modular system. And in fact, I was giving a discussion about this last May to a group similar to this who were analog modular fanatics. and it's really good to talk to someone at that point because who's understanding of the modular concept, because the modulation here is done at the destination. I call it destination-based. So in other words, imagine I have 4 oscillators. So you have 4 oscillators with 4 modulation inputs. And imagine that each of those inputs has a 3-way switch. So we can modulate each oscillator from 4 different paths, and the choices for those position switches would be linear frequency modulation, exponential frequency modulation, or wave shape. And that's just the way the oscillator section is set up. And then for the filter we have something similar. But in this case it's cutoff, resonance, and in the case of the comb filter it's damping, and then in the case of the vocal filter it's the position of the phonemes. So anyway, like I said, enough talking now. Let's find a Waldorf table suite. Now the filters are turned off, so we're hearing exactly just the Waldorf tables. And this algorithm, we do not smooth the transitions. It's an abrupt transition because we wanted to do the older PPG style approach on that. And Waldorf has been very kind to allow me to use their original tables. When we power on the synthesizer, there's a little kind of message from Waldorf there. So it's very nice of them. I'm very much appreciative of that. So we have the first 64 tables from the old, I guess it's microwave. And let's see, samples. Okay, the oscillator types are the multi-mode type, the Waldorf table, wave table. The Prophet 5 has a Curtis type, and what's unique about the Prophet 5 oscillator is that you can have, simultaneously all 3 wave shapes on, because the Prophet 5, as you can see over there, switches them on or off. Well, in the multi-mode, you only are looking at one oscillator type, wave shape type, but with this one, you can have all 3 at the same time. You have a sample playback or wave. We have the Prophet VS files in here, and we also have some oscillators from the mini mode emulation that had been done in the firmware some time ago. So let's listen to the sample. And I've loaded a few things in here. I'm going to just go through and have some fun with a couple of things. And of course, we have the normal pitch transposition. But what's different here is that we're able to do, a couple of things. One of them is we can modulate at audio frequencies. So all of the code is running at a very high rate at 96 kilohertz. And you can do some strange things with samples, modulating themselves. Here's the drum. Let's see what happens here. I haven't really listened to this. I'm going to modulate the drum loop by itself at a... Not so interesting. Okay, let's try Let's change the wave shape. Okay, if we modulate that by itself. That's the extreme. There's 10 octave range on the modulation. Let's see what else is in here. Oops. Probably not too interesting. Let's see. Could be. So again, I'm just modulating the oscillator by itself. Pretty much unrecognizable there, huh? No, I've never heard that sound before. You'll notice that the transient is going to cause the frequency change, right? Samples. So here's another thing. We're using